What up? What up? What up? Hope everybody's blessed. My salute to everybody. Hope everybody's blessed on this Monday. Um, Beautiful day out here in Denver, but it snowed last night. Crazy how Colorado it'll snow in the nighttime and be super sunny in the morning. It's like we don't have normal weather patterns. Big Robert, Mile High salute. What's up with it, bro? Mile High salute to OG, homie. So I wanted to talk about this, man. It's kind of crazy. And yeah, snow last night where I'm at, bro. I'm over here in Green Mountain. Um, and It was hella cold. It drizzled. Came outside my car is, you know what I'm saying, full of snow on top. Um, I went to the gym and I had to get that ice chipper off the window. I was like, man, and it's sunny now. Feels like it's a summer day. You know what I'm saying? It's nice, beautiful out here. Um, so I want to talk about YOS. If you guys don't know about YOS, it's kind of like a youth offender system for the juveniles. I went to YO. Yeah, you already know, bro. You already know about it then. Um, and it's kind of like when you catch a case when you're a juvenile and you catch an adult case. My brother, he was a YOS client. He got a number, a DOC number. The homie Smurf Nacho probably can, attest to what goes on in there. And one big reason why I want to talk about this is because I met a youngster, I met a youngster today when I was at the gym, and he had got out of YOS. He has one of the YOS numbers. And he was just trying to get his life right, and he just was real discouraged because he did a little bit of time, you know what I'm saying, a little five piece, caught the case when he was 14, went to YOS, and they kicked him out when he was, I guess, 20 or 21. And he's still young, but at the same time, he still feels like, he's traumatized by YOS. And I asked him, because I know how it is going in to the system, but I was an adult, 18, and doing a big stretch, 7 years. You know what I'm saying? I did from 2000. I called my case in 2004, and I went all the way to 2010, 2011, and I got out. I MRD'd. And it was such a culture shock because everything out here, it just continued to go. Nothing slowed down, you know what I'm saying, for me being locked up. And when I got out, there was a lot of obstacles I had to, you know what I'm saying, jump over, had to jump through hoops. It was such a different world out here, especially in Denver. And when you're in the Colorado DOC, everything moves, bro. You know what I'm saying? When you're in DOC for a chunk of that time, everything continues to move and you're trying to get caught up. So juveniles, I'm wearing trunks. Yeah, Mall High salute. What up, Big Spike? Juveniles, if they don't get the proper aspect in YOS, they come out to the world. They're trying to catch up, and it's set up to fail, homie. And that's such a sad situation because this youngster, you can tell in him, you can tell that he really wants to do good, but just jumping through them hoops for the youngster, man, it's domino affecting that he's gonna get older, and him just not having them tools that they don't teach in YOS. Pretty much, bro, it's setting him up to fail and maybe catch a number when he gets older. Imagine now with all the new buildings going up, coming out now. Yeah, it was a whole different world when I got out of DOC. It was like Denver had expanded so much. You go to my neighborhood, the East Side, they tore down all the projects. They tore down all the housing, and they moved everybody out that we knew in the East Denver to other parts of Colorado, to other parts of Denver. The Denver metro expanded so much, and they started moving people into our neighborhoods. And it was such a sad situation because people that I knew that were in the East Side was over there for generations and generations before I was there. My family was there, bro. And it was just like, it was just such a culture shock to see the neighborhood get devoured by all these people coming in from other states, and they kicked out the hood. They took the hood history out. They took every aspect of the hood and moved it and allowed everybody to infiltrate the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? So when I look at the youngster, he did 5 years, and he gets out to the streets. What is a normal individual supposed to do? What's up, Rex? All high salute to you. If you were really a Raider fan, you're not a troll. Congratulations on the W. What is a youngster supposed to do, especially if you're trapped in the aspect of the gang life, right? Especially if you come from generational gang ties, right? A youngster is only going to adapt to what he finds out and learns in there. And I'm going to tell you like this. I slid through YOS. When I was on a writ. I went from Canyon City Complex to a writ to go get a case ran concurrent with my original governing case. And when I came back to go to Canyon City, I had to go through YOS. It was a delay over. And the way they do it is, if you're a DOC client, you go to their hoe. But when I went to their hoe, I was passing through, and you see youngsters at the front of the doors, banging on the doors, hitting you up with gang signs. They're little youngsters. They're little kids. And, you're thinking to yourself like, damn, homie, these little youngsters are tripping. They're hitting me up with gang signs. I started laughing because they're youngsters. And I'm like, where you little fools from? Oh, we from whoop-de-woo, whoop-de-woo. So in there, that's what they're seeing. You take a fool out the neighborhood, you're going to put them in a confined space, a youngster with all kinds of other gangsters, bro. So this whole time, you think that these youngsters are getting programs and they are going to class. That's what they're saying. They go to class. They go get their GEDs. They should be giving them job traits. They should be giving them, certifications for when they get out that they can get their life right. But in there, it's like, my baby bro was telling me, every day he was around youngsters that were trying to prove themselves. So every day he was into it with somebody. Every day he had to fight for kind of like survival. You know what I'm saying? When I went to court, the judge straight up told me, we're gonna book you on this case because you probably be back with. See, and that's another thing is too, bro. You can't, as the people out here, man, that have control of the system, you can't speak death into a youngster, bro. You're speaking death over somebody. When you say, hey, you're gonna cut, you'll be back, you're already actually telling them and speaking that energy into them. A youngster that's impressionable, if they're hearing this, bro, they're gonna start believing it because youngsters are impressionable, bro. So a judge to say that's a terrible situation. They don't give a fuck about helping anybody. And that's what I'm saying is like, the system for a youngster, especially a youngster, bro. They don't give a fuck about helping the minor. Straight up give us, they give you out. They want to push you and they want you to be a statistic. They want you to be that revolving number. You know what I'm saying? The system is revolving door. I couldn't say it better myself, homie. I couldn't say it better myself because that's not a false statement, bro. Youngsters that's on this panel, listen to what I got to say. When you get caught up in the system, right? You get caught up in the system. One decision can actually have a bearing over your life for eternity. Your whole lifestyle, your whole life going forward, the future of your life will be determined by a number. I always say this, bro. True. But all cities are expensive. Everybody moving out. So they hoods and all bad. Now it's different. We can raise these kids like we used to. Now, I agree with that. Like, it has a lot to do with these cities just knowing that everybody's in poverty and they're allowed to take you out of your element, homie. And they're allowed to move you out of the element and you're stuck. And now the hood's not how the hood was. Like my hood, we used to know the neighbors. My hood, we used to know everybody in the projects, bro. I'm from Arapahoe Court projects, right? And everybody in the projects knew each other. So when them projects got tore down in East Denver, we were all forced to go outside of our neighborhood, where our neighborhood was the comfort zone. We felt comfortable in the hood. I knew my neighbors. I could go over there, eat dinner with the neighbors. I could go over there to this house and sleep over this person's house. They were like parents to us. They were like the mentors of the neighborhood, and then they crumbled that shit. You know what I'm saying? But it's a sad situation because the way the neighborhood is actually built, it's the neighborhood. We're all experiments in the hood, I believe. The rich people love to have something to talk about, bro. And we're taught to survive, homie. We're taught to survive. My youngest age, bro, the young age when I was 11, 12, I already knew how to throw up gang signs before knowing what was in school. Everybody around me gang banged. All my older cousins, all my relatives, uncles. I knew how to throw up the hood at 10, 11 years old. I was hearing about the hood at 5. Eastside, Brick City Gang, Deuce 7. I knew that before I even knew what was in the school. Like the school never taught me anything. You know what I'm saying? The hood taught me everything I knew. And that came before my OGs were on the block. My uncles, relatives, grandpas, generational fools, and it was a generational curse. And that's what these youngsters are learning, you know. And I look at myself now, bro, and I don't want no youngster to perish, homie. I'm not an individual that glorifies any of the street life, the gang life, the prison life. That shit is all watered down. There's nothing cool about any of them lifestyle. It's a true life. It's a true lifestyle, but it's watered down because this era is so different than the era that I grew up in. This era, there's no code whatsoever. There's not people going to tell you what's wrong and right. People do not. The OG homies are all locked away. All the real riders, bro, all the real riders in 2024 are locked away or they're dead, bro. That's the two options that this road leads. Now you have youngsters teaching youngsters, and none of them even know what the fuck's going on. You got everybody running with their heads cut off. Your OG is as old as you, and he's telling you it's cool to smoke blues. The OGs are, hey, let's hit these blues. Let's hit this fentanyl. Let's get off this glass. Bro, when I was growing up, I'm going to be real with you, homie. That was a violation. You better not be caught getting high. You was going to get your gums gone in, bro. I was going to go in your gums, or the OGs were going to go in your gums, because that was a violation. We don't get high. We don't get high because when you're high, you're not on your toes. But you got OGs out here. I went to the Broncos game right last week. And by Decatur Street, there's a transit station. There's the Decatur projects right there. Like that's where the Sun Valleys used to be. While across the street, there's a liquor store right there. And it's by the stadium. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about. And then they have them project house. I went and parked over there. Bro, tell me why there was a certain gang over there. The whole gang, you could tell they were doing bad. The whole gang. You could tell the gang was doing bad, homie. They were all off that fentanyl pill, that all off them blues. They were all strung out off of fentanyl, homie. And this is what the older generation's teaching the youngsters. It's cool to get high. Everybody off of lean. Everybody off that lean. Everybody off of, you know what I'm saying, perks and pills. Like when I was growing up, bro, that was a no-no. That was a no-no. You know what I'm saying? We were not allowed to even have that in our circle. I know many fools that were under me. They were getting high off that glass, young homies. And when I found out about it, I had to discipline, homie. I had to discipline. I wasn't going to let the little homie be strung out off that cheese, strung out off that glass. Nah, bro. Because I like that's not something that I actually glorify. I can't see a younger homie smoked out and not try to get him right. It's on me to lace shoestrings. And none of the older homies is doing that no more, bro. You know what I'm saying? Spit that shit, homie. North Daniels and Sureños had a peace treaty. I heard that, my homie. I heard that, you know what I'm saying? That the North Daniels and the Sureños, they had a peace treaty. And that's good. That's good because I'm going to be real out here. I'm going to be real out here in Denver, Colorado, DOC. The North Daniels, when I first fell, and it's not to hate on anybody, the North Daniels could not be on a lot of the yards in Colorado. There was no North Daniel yards. And anytime a North hit the yard, the Sureños was on their helmets. The Sureños would tell them fools, you got to check in. You're not allowed on this yard. There was only a couple yards that the North had. There was only a couple yards that the North had at the time. And the thing about it is, bro, when you're playing that war game, I seen the yard have North and NSM Denver fools and all the Denver car. And when the Sureños were outnumbered, the North didn't make a draw on these fools, and they didn't move in on these fools and start eliminating them. And they didn't push that war aspect. And then when the yard flipped, the Sureños took the yard. You know what I'm saying? And that's just reality. I'm not lying. I had a homie from VNC, homie. I had a homie from Oakland. I had a homie from Oakland. And I had a homie from Vadio Northtown, homie. And the homie from Oakland, he was a rider on the streets. Homie was a straight rider on the streets. I'm talking about activated. I seen this fool knock down some of the Sureños, smash on some Sureños from the A-Town. And when he got to that yard, bro, he had that big old bird. He had that big old bird on his neck. As soon as immediately he hit that yard, them fools were on him like, hey, nah, somebody's on the yard. He can't be on the yard. Hit, because the fool hit me up and he's like, what up, Big Sev? He thought I could protect this fool. I said, hey, bro, this is a no Norteño yard, homie. So what you gonna do? He's like, I want to ride with you fools. You know what I'm saying? So me being his homie, knowing him from the streets, I approached the homie that had the keys and I said, hey, this is my partner. He's like, hey, we can't get in their politics, but if he rides with the homies, he gonna have to follow suit. We asked the Sureños what he had to do to actually get that pressure off his neck. They said, cover up that bird, cover up your tattoo. He didn't want to. What could we do? Our hands were tied. Now the Sureños took that fool off the yard, airlifted this fool off the yard, bro. And I'm telling you, like, that shit put a perspective, homie. It doesn't matter what you do on the streets. That penitentiary yard, they're going crazy, bro. Spit that, homie. What up, Rada? My bad, Rye. Was cracking with it, fam. All high salute. They have it hard. He speaks the truth. Oh, yeah, definitely. Mal high salute. You know what it is. We talk about it all the time, right? It's because Sureño is a lifestyle. They really riders for the Sureño. Crazy. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to say every North was a weenie or none, because there was a couple North that I knew, the fool Cherry, the fool Cisco, but they had to go to CSP because every time they got out to the yard, the Sureños had to make a move, because these fools that are coming from CSP, they were stickers, bro. They were not going to fight. They were going to hit one of them fools with one of them things. And that's how they spend their whole time on the yard. Now, I don't know if it's changed. I haven't been to the penitentiary since 2011. But like I said, man, they had a lot of pressure on their neck, because they were really down for that North, that XIV. They were really down for it. But for them being down for it so much, they had to always put in work. That's not a way to do time, bruh. Like, always, when you hit the yard immediately in 3 days, you know you have to go put in work again and go back to CSP for some more time. That's not a way to do time. But like I said, when I first found, homie, there was no Norteño yards. There was actually, to be honest, the yard that I was on, there was no Chicky 30 yards that were Swamptons. Like, any Chicky 30 that was from Swansea, they were not allowed to be on some of the yards because the Sureños embraced the Odies. So the Chickies, the Swampton Chickies, they definitely didn't have no play. Now, the Chicky 30 Crips from Denver, the Crips were getting involved. So if you were a Chicky 30 Crip, you had back from the Lokes, and they couldn't just touch the Chicky 30 Crips. So, because there was two barriers, bro. There's Swampton Chickies that don't bang Crip, that are straight Pisces, and then you got Chicky 30 Crips. And the Chicky 30 Crips, they survived on some of the yards because of the Crips. That's the only reason. That's the only aspect. But them Swampton Chickies, Ladas, the ones that they say, oh, you know, the real Chickies are Ladas, bro, they were always getting either ran up on, put off the yard, or they would have to team up with the Denver car. And when I mean the Denver car, bro, the Denver car came together as the Chicano fools from Denver, Colorado, to go to war with the Sureños. But it was such a weird thing, because you had Chickies and Odies riding with it together. You had Chickies and the Odies that didn't want to ride with the Sureños. You had them fools riding together as one unit. So that's the only way the Swampton Chickies survived, to be honest. And the only other Chickies that survived on the yard was the Chicky 30 Crips. You know what I'm saying? They had it. What was the Odies? So the Odies, see, and that's the thing. That's the different thing, Rex, is the Odies is some East Side Denver fools. They're not Sureños, but they used to have Sureño Odie 13s. So as soon as they hit the yard because of the 13, the Sureños approached Buff and this fool named Snoop and told them fools, hey, you guys got to ride with the Sureños because you're 13s. So that's why now the Odies, they changed their number to Trey 7. Odies bang Trey 7 Odies. But half of the Odies that were under like Buff and Snoop and all them fools, they started riding with the Sureños because of that 13. The Sureños, you know, put that pressure on their head. Now the Odies, to be honest, they don't know nothing about Sureños. They're not Sureños, bro. They're East Side Denver fools. Like half of them fools they're not essays at all. They're Chicano fools, bro. Some of the Odies act like Norteños. To be honest, they say the N-word. Them fools have braids. You know, they're just East Side Project, baby. So when you seen some of the Odies ride with the Sureño, it was just not a good look for the car. It was not a good look for the Odie car because Odies are not Sureños, bro. They don't know nothing about so we don't have Sureños in the East Denver. It's Crips and Odies. That's it. That's all. So for them to make that jump to being Sureños, riding with them fools, it kind of put a black eye on the car. And that's just my opinion. Because I feel like if you're an East Sider and you're from East Denver and you're a Chicano fool, you got to ride that. You got to put it out there like this is East Denver. Don't fall under somebody else's politics. But there were certain Odies that didn't. You know what I'm saying? Some of the Odies said, nah, bro, we don't mess with Sureños. YOS birthed some real gangsters. YOS just makes you different type of criminal. And that's the thing. To get back on topic, man, my baby bro did 7 years in YOS. My baby bro, he caught an adult case. And he got out. He went in when he was 14 years old. He was my co-defendant. He goes into YOS. And the stories he's telling me, the stories when he taps in with me, the stories he's telling me is that all they do is play around up there. They fight each other. They're not listening to program. The counselors don't care. They're telling the youngsters, like they told the homie up here, you're going to be back. That's speaking death into a young kid's life, bro. And my brother, my baby bro, he got out at 21, went in 14 and got out at 21. He tried to catch up when he got out. There was nothing you could tell my baby bro. He was doing his thing. He was a grown man. He wanted to hit the clubs and different things. And it messed up him inside, the mental aspect. And that's what the youngster was telling me today at the gym, is that he don't know what direction to take. And I find it real, like, I have a heart for youngsters, man. I got a heart for youngsters because youngsters at the teenager years, that's when they're really learning traits. That's when they're really learning how to be a man. And I'm telling you, who's raising the kids out here? We always talk about it. Me and the homie who ride. The neighborhood's raising the kids. It's not even fathers, bro. It's not even uncles. Like, the neighborhood is raising the kids, bro. And that's what they see. That's what they learn. And when they learn that at an early age, you can't tell a youngster change your life because he's not trying to hear that shit. While in LA, a lot of South Central in the 80s used to claim Crips, but they hood join SS. If not, they green light it. And see, and I feel that, bro. If that's the real politics, and you know what comes with that, you know, you have to go with the program. I'm gonna tell you like that. If you know that your backyard pushes the program, don't go against the program, because eventually that shit is going to domino effect and it's going to crumbleize in your face. So if these fools were pushing Crips and Bloods and they know the politics of that structure of that neighborhood in LA, they knew that the domino effect was coming. But I'm going to tell you like this. If I'm really politicking, homie, I'm not going to break for no one. I'm going to die for my beliefs. And that's one thing out here. There's different types of politics. Nobody's backyard is saying it's right and wrong. My politics out here, I never seen racial tensions. I never knew racial tensions. I grew up in the projects where it was Black and Spanish families. In DOC, you're not, in our DOC out here, bro, you ride for your organization. It doesn't even, it sounds crazy, but it's more about your organization than even race out here. You got embedded fools that been in the neighborhood for years. And if you're willing to die for them politics, you got to go 100%. Don't be banging out here a politic and gang banging out here and then go to the penitentiary and get scared and switch up and become these fools. Like, I'm not agreeing with that. But if you're in like California and that's what them politics, it's detailed in Cali, that's what you got to do. You better ride with the politics in the program if it's that serious. It was never serious. It was never that serious out here. So anybody that says, hey, bro, this and that, because I know some fools that they switched up as soon as they got to the joint out here. Oh, it's a race. Bro, you can't tell me that out here in DOC, in Denver, in DOC in Colorado. I did 7 years on yards, different yards. I'm still here standing to tell a testimony. And I'm not the hardest fool out there, but I did my whole time, never got checked off a yard, never ended up in PC. I was in the front line. I did it all. So you can't tell me that you have to switch up. You know what I'm saying? Don't go against the grain. Nah, you never want to go against the grain. But I'm gonna tell you like this: like if you're from Arizona, right? My homie tells me all the time, it's all about racial shit out there. All their gangs are based off of race in AZ. So if you know that from the start, don't go joining something that's going to get a green light on your head when you hit them walls, because you're going to hit them walls being in politics. That's the bottom line. That's what the road is going to lead you to. You're going to go to the joint. So if you were a Crip and you were Spanish out in them streets, and your politics don't allow that, you better ride with what's right, homie. You better not go against the grain like the homie said. You don't go against the grain, because then there's a domino effect on your head. There's a domino effect on your head. And if you're really with politicking, you don't never drop your flag. You don't never tell to a judge. You go in and handle your business on your own too. You know what I'm saying? And that's the reality, my homie. Facts, the race shit don't fly. It really doesn't. And that's the truth. When people hear that, it's about racial. It's about the racial aspect, bro. Yeah, people that do time, a lot of people might not agree with it, but in Colorado, you know what I'm saying? Fools are not just gonna try to kill you because you're from an organization. That's just, and you're Spanish I seen black Sureños on the yard, bro. I mean, I seen black Sureños, black Northside fools on the yard. So that just goes to show you how much of the race aspect. Now you have older convicts in the DOC out here in Denver, Colorado, that always will be about that. But it's not even about older convicts. It's about the gangs. The gangs run the yard out here. You know what I'm saying? A lot of youngsters from Lakewood been hood hopping. A lot of people I grew up with used to claim Bloods and they switched. Well, one big reason too, bro, is I'm gonna tell you this. The blood aspect, homie, it's become a fad, homie. That's why I like anybody that's from that part of town. And don't get me wrong, the real riders are going to know this. The real riders are going to agree with this. Anybody that's from that part of town that you just said, Lakewood, unless they're really in the tundra, you can't really identify them and say, hey, they're official Dom moves, because who stamped that shit? Ain't nobody stamped that shit. I was in Lakewood, bro, and ain't nobody banging out there. That's not a turf. I went back and forth to Lakewood at times, and that's not a turf. That's nobody's turf. So who actually said that them fools could be Bloods? Did they just wake up and say, hey, we gonna be Bloods? Nah, bro, and that's exactly why you see that. You see them fools from Lakewood that you knew were Bloods, and they switched up because that's not authentic. That's not authentic. Now, if you're tapped in with some of the fools from the hillside or whatever, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I could see it. I could see it definitely, you know what I'm saying? But, I just want to, you know what I'm saying? I just want to give a shout out to the homie Little Ben that was at the gym, bro. Like, keep your head up, homie. Don't ever give up. You know what I'm saying? Don't ever give up on your dreams, homie. Don't ever give up on what you feel like. You're going to the gym. I gave you the sub up at the gym. You know what I'm saying? So you're subbed up to the channel, man. I gave you that, bro, and just keep doing you, homie. Like, don't let nobody crumble your dreams, bro. And this is one thing I want to say, and I want to give some real input. Whatever your dreams are, homie, no matter who tells you, your older homies, your relatives, no matter if somebody tries to knock it, homie, you keep going, bro. You keep going as a person that wants to do good. Like me, I had to separate from homies. I had to separate from people I love, homie, my brothers, my cousins, because if I didn't separate and get on my own path, I would be in their atmosphere. And misery loves company. Misery loves company, bro. Everybody that's miserable, they want to bring you and drag you into you being miserable. But real riders, bro, that stand on there too, they'll separate from that shit. Love them from a distance, homie, because you got dreams. You have goals, bro. And the only way you're going to touch your goals and dreams is if you get on your own, in your own lane and say, forget that. It's cool. Like, everybody wants to be cool, homie. Don't be the cool guy. Don't be the cool guy. Be the fool that gets out there and makes a change, homie. And you could do it, homie. You can do it. You can do it. From a real G, OG, homie, 38 years old, bro, that's been through it all. You can do it, bro. And if you need me to be in your corner, homie, hit me up. Who needs politics? I mean, politics is really it's crazy, man, but it's always gonna be here. It's always gonna be here, Holland. It's always gonna be here, my homie. Yeah, Lakewood people just wake up and start. And that's the thing about it. That's why the game's watered down. That's why gangbanging is watered down all the way around, because you got stuff like that. You got stuff like that, my homie. Somebody could just pick up a rag and say, I'm a gangbanger. I'm a gangbanger. Like, that's not how it works, bro. That's not how it works. You're mocking the real aspect of politics, and you're mocking that. And that's why gangbanging got such a black eye on this eye, bro. Is because anybody can mock it and there's no consequences. When I grew up, you had consequences. When I grew up, there was consequences in every action you did. You go against them consequences, you're getting violated or DP'd. You didn't get away with stuff, bro, when I grew up. Your big homies would go in your gums and then hug you and allow you to know why you're getting DP'd or violated. Nowadays, there's no consequence. You can say whatever you want. You can say whatever you want on the internet. There's no consequences. You can do whatever you want. You can sleep with a transgender and there's no consequences. Now, live your life. If you're gay, whatever, do your thing. But when it comes to the code and it comes to real and it comes to this code and the street code, you're not allowed to do that. That's a no-no. You will get DP'd for any homosexual activities. You're not allowed. That's a no-no. But everybody can do it. You see these fools saying that there's gay gangbangers now. Throwing up gay gangbangers, bro. Where are we living at, bro? Where they do that? 2024? That shit is wild. You should go to Hood Stock Show Light on the Colorado gangs. Yeah, definitely. Hey, what's that all about? I want to know about that. What's with the stocks, man? What is that, a website? I definitely check it out. What's cracking, TA? Mile High salute. What's up, my bro? Mile High salute to you, fam. If you guys don't know, go sub up to TA, man. My boy's doing it bigger than anybody out there, bro. He just hit 12,000 subs. Anybody out there that really is a TTC general that made something for their life, man. TA, man, Mile High salute, bro. 12,000 subs. I'm seeing you, bro. I'm seeing you climb, homie. You my inspiration, homie. Mile High salute to TA. Chicago hood politics is racist, and it's like a religion to them. Man, I'm gonna say like this, bro. This right here, I'm gonna say like this. This is the truth. No disrespect to Chicago, but they do not have respect for anything. I lived in South Bend, Indiana. Bro, they have Chicago politics out there. Now, when you can just kill a kid and you could kill a grandma, you can rob an old lady in a wheelchair. That's not honorable, homie. That's not honorable. You leave old people out of it. You leave women out of it unless they're politicking. You don't go and kill young kids, bro. I can never respect that. That's why, like, West Coast politics, California politics, green lights on drive-bys, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's why I respect the West Coast politics, because there is actual structure in California. Chicago, no structure, bro. And they're like religious because they agree with that. But when everything's about killing and murdering off kids and nobody's life matters, bro, there's no respect. I don't respect that whatsoever, homie. That's not honorable. Anybody can shoot, homie. And that's all they do in Chicago is shoot. I come from the days when you could fade out and get your respect off them hands, not because you kill somebody. The suckerist fools is killing people, bro. That's not honorable. That's not hard. It's not hard to kill, bro. Soft fools kill. So I don't, you know what I'm saying? They could have all that religion and try and that, bro, but I don't respect that get down. when you could go out there and kill an old lady, bro, and think that's you getting stripes off of that. There's no respect for that. And I'm telling you firsthand, I lived in Indiana, bro, right next door to Chicago, and everybody in Indiana tries to act like Chicago. No respect. I can't get down like that, man. Just be you. That's the realest thing, homie. That's the realest thing on here. Just be you. Just be you, Rada. You don't have to, not like a working man to me, a person that goes out and takes care of his family and really takes care of his structure. That's gangster, bro. Not a fool that can shoot somebody and think that that's hard, bro. A person that gets out and take care of his responsibilities, a gangster. That's what real gangsters are. Somebody that takes care of their responsibilities, homie. Hoodstocks is a dope YouTube channel. I'm gonna go check them out. Mile High salute, my bro. Hell yeah. Thank you guys for the information on that, man. What up, hey Fizzle? Mile High salute to Broncos country. You know what it is. It's still Broncos country. I ain't tripping. Politics is for fools. I mean, but at the same time, is my homie, everything's politics. Like anything you agree with is politics. Like if you're pushing something, your beliefs, that's a part of a politic. So dumb politics are there. It's trash, dumb politics that are making us separate, that making us kill. But there's politics in everything you do out here, man. Everything is a politic. LGBT community is a politic. Being a normal dude is a politic. Being a masculine dude, a dude that goes to the gym, a gym rat's a politic. It's all politics. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, we just need to go back to just being honorable people. Hoodstocks is a Sureño podcast. He interviews everybody. Okay, I'm gonna have to tap in, man. Thank you for that. Thank you for that for sure. Mile High salute to that. It's on YouTube. Hey, that's what's up, bro. Thank you guys for that information. Yep, that's another thing too. How you gonna claim a hood and treat a woman with no respect, or even get the girls to do the? And that's my thing is, bro. Like that's what. And they're Chicago goons. I met some real Chicago homies, bro. My homie Dino G and G Money, homie, real Chicago goons from the Wild Hundreds in Chicago. And they tell me they're South, and they were a part of all that. There's no respect, homie. They don't have respect for anything out there. Their politics is the most cutthroat politics all the way around because it's all about body count out there. It's all about killing fools. Everything's about killing fools. We lived another day. We understood. You kill a fool, he ain't coming back. It's over. His family got to go through that for the rest of their lives, bro. We understand death is not to be played with. We let people mourn their relatives, you know what I'm saying, their relatives' death, bro, because you're not going to see that person ever again. Death is a sad thing, homie, and these fools that think that it's funny and to mock the dead and to go kick over candles and disrespecting songs, bro, that's uncalled for, homie. That's something I can't get down with. I can't get down with that. Even fools that I know that have beef with homies that died, homie, that fools that I did not like, I didn't just go out there disrespecting their name. I didn't go out there and disrespect the dead because it was not in me, bro. Like that dude was somebody's son. That dude was somebody's dad, homie. Still, somebody felt it. Somebody felt the wrath, bro, and it's the moms. I was a banger, homie, and I'm gonna tell you like this: I was the most disrespectful gangbanger in my time. I was hella disrespectful. I lived off of disrespect. But my mom, if I would have died, my mom would have felt the wrath of that. She would have had the back part, the bad end of it, bro. And I only can imagine people disrespecting my mom, bro. Like I had to put myself in their shoes, to be honest. Not with you, but for you. Yep. You got a point. Agreed. Mile High salute, man. Mile High salute to everybody, bro. Midwest politics is scary. Hey, I'm gonna tell you like this though, to be honest. Hey, you ain't lying, my homie. Midwest politics, because it's just so cutthroat. It's that, like, I believe in the spiritual realm, bro, and I believe that there's a spirit of death in the Midwest. They kill for free, bro. They just kill to kill. And when I was out there, I ended up in Gary, Indiana, right? Grimy, bro. Like you could just feel the griminess in the air, homie. Like I'm telling you, everywhere you went in Gary, Indiana, it was just sickening, bro. It made you feel sick. Everything just feels sick. There was no houses that were built. You could tell them houses were bodies. And Gary, Indiana was a murder capital at one time. South Bend, Indiana, if you go look at the statistics, it's where Notre Dame is. Go look at the statistics of murder out there, bro. I'm going to tell you the truth. Me being an outsider, I really didn't walk on eggshells, even on their worstest strip. I minded my own business. I went to go look at what they were talking about. Stay away from Michigan Avenue. Stay away from Michigan Avenue. Savage said, bro, had to go walk it. 2 a.m. I walked it over there. You know what I'm saying? And nothing happened. You know what I'm saying? But I just respect people's soil. I talked to the people over there. I actually met some cool ass OGs over there. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, to be honest, I'm gonna be truthful. I know this sounds crazy. I've been more paranoid in war out here in Denver, Colorado than anywhere I've been. I've been to Chula Vista. I've been to Kansas City, Killen, Missouri, where it was called Prospect Avenue, and it was all about Missouri has a bad rep itself. There's murderers out there. Everybody killing. I was in there 20. Like, if you know anything about Kansas City, Missouri, they have a place called the 20s and the 30s. That's their hood. That's where all the killers are. Every neighborhood's out there. I never had a fear factor whatsoever. I was in their project, Nob Hill. You can look it up on the newspaper. That's where we lived, in Nob Hill apartments. And fools are getting chipped off. I walk through that project housing all the time. People just know how I carry myself, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never had fear out there. I was not walking on eggshells or none of that shit. I have more fear of being out here in Denver, Colorado, because I know too many people. I know real fools that are banging with the homies. I know fools that the homies got at and they have bad hearts. They have bad heart for us, bro. They don't like us. I got relatives that done got smoked out here in Denver. I got many relatives that got killed. My pops got chipped off, shot in the back of the head. So I never, you know what I'm saying? Denver's my backyard. So you always got to respect where you're at, homie, because if you play the wrong ball, you might die in a city that you didn't even think was turned up. I know some fools that came out here from other cities to Denver, Colorado, and no longer went back to their home city, got killed out here in Denver. And then they were like, you got killed in Denver? What were you doing in Denver to get killed? You play in the streets, you're going to get what the streets got to offer. And every city has somebody that will kill over their city, bruh. Just to be real, just to break it down, to be honest. Way too much hate out there. It's time to come together. We should be, man. We should be fighting all together for a same cause, my homies. Just like the FBP and TD indictments. They got like 3 girls that don't even look 20. Throwing their life away for these fools that really, to be honest, and I'm not hating on anybody, that FBP and 2DS, that's not real politics, bruh. They're not real politics. They're fighting for something they're glamorizing. 2DS is West 7 fools, right? West 7 fools do not get play in the penitentiary. They're not talked about. I'm sorry to say, bro, and I know there's going to be family members. The West 7 fools that you see, West 7, 2D, they don't go to the yard and people say, hey, that's them 2D. They're running the yard. Them fools they'll meet somebody that really pushes them politics, and them fools will become pawns, bro. They'll become pawns for the older fools that really push them politics. I even see it with the 16 block fools, bro. The 16 block bloods, they get to the yard, bro, and they don't really push that issue. CMGs, they're the ones that run the yard. Park Hill fools run the yard. And then when it comes to 16 blocks, they're looked at like the outcasts of the blood card. So they could get jumped by some Crips or Sureños, and sometimes the Bloods are not going to ride over them fools. That's just the truth, homie. That's just the real truth. I seen it with even some of the KIA fools from Commerce City. KIA fools out here, Commerce City boys. They get to the yard, and when they get to the yard, you don't see them fools. You don't see them fools really crip down, or they're getting played like some pawns to do errand boys, and then they become victims of that yard. And then you be like, fool, what are these dudes doing? These fools are some Crips from Commerce City, and now these fools are put in a predicament because they wanted to play politics on the streets. They get around them real keyways, they get around them real Crips, and now they're playing pawn boy. They're playing pawn boy. They're running errands, getting in trouble for the fools. We call it a peon. We call it a dummy. We call it one of them dummy boys. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, both DYS and FBP have been a lot of say in the courts. And that's a cold shot when you got organizations really telling on each other, bro. That's how we know we're not in an era where it's cool to be a gangbanger, homie. Like if you really can see a lot of people snitching, it's time to let that shit go, bro. It's watered down. But yeah, Mile High salute to the chat, man. I just wanted to speak on that, bro. I just wanted to speak on that. Let's real quick. Let me bring up something about YOS. Let's learn something about YOS real quick. System. Oh, I'm tripping. Let me see. YOS juvenile system. Juvenile. Let's see. Boom. Let me share this real quick. Let's see real quick. I would love to actually get in some mentoring myself, man. All right. So this says right here, YOS pretty much, I don't know if you guys heard of the Summer of Violences out here, 93, 94. People, they have a different argument about it. But this was actually youth offender system for them days, really, to be truthful. The main campus of YOS offender system, YOS, is located on the grounds of Mental Health Institution of Pueblo, which includes intake and diagnostic and orientation training phase. It's located in La Vista Correctional Facility. The youth offender system was established as a result of legislation enhanced in 1993 special session in Colorado. So basically, man, when they have the Summer of Violences and stuff, bro, they had the Summer of Violences out there. The young offenders were so impacted by what was going on with gang life that they actually made a whole offender system for the youngsters. Basically, DO's youth offender system was like prison for juveniles. You know what I'm saying? And they sent all the rowdiest youngsters to this place, providing for public safety. The youthful offender system delivers a 4-part communication of services, orientation, and training phase, all which are administrated by the Division of Prison. See, so you get a number, and that's another thing is, bro, you giving these young kids a number, you're already saying basically they're convicts. They're giving them a DOC number, and they're stamped with this. Like, if you ever been in prison, they call you by your number. They don't call you by your last name. They don't call you by your name. My whole name for the whole stay, I was 133184. These people hear these gang stories and glamorize the life, so they pick up the flag at a discount store and say they're gangbangers, but yet they don't come from a gangbanging background. And that's the truth. That's the truth, bro. And it's sad because the rappers are going to tell you that this is the way to go. The rappers are going to tell you gangbang is the way to go, bro. Youngsters, don't listen to rap. Like, get into some R&B or something, bro. Stop listening to rap. Rap is trash. Rap is trash. Unless you're going to do, gospel gangsters, homie, or Seven, the Christian rappers. Go start listening to the Christian rappers, bro, because these rappers, like, don't listen to these dudes. These dudes, they're not even gangsters themselves. Look at, they're all snitching. And you are absolutely right, man. Mile High salute to the chat, man. I'm about to tap out. I just thought I would speak on that, man. Big shout out to the homie Ben. Hey, homie, keep your head up, homie. Keep your head up. Keep doing you. Don't let these suckers get you down, man. And you know what I'm saying? We gonna talk about the gym and get on this gym money, man. Mile High salute. I'm gonna hit y'all up, man. To the next one. Let's go.